Hello and welcome to the McTaggart Attack podcast. I'm Kevin McTaggart, and this is my podcast where I give my opinion on whatever I want. It can be an happy opinion, a sad opinion, an excited opinion. To be honest, it's usually an angry opinion or an opinion that pisses me off. For instance, usually most episodes that I do of the McTaggart Attack podcast are what's pissing me off. But this episode is yet another edition of What's Pissing You Off Wednesday on this September 11th, 2019, where I get mad about stuff for you. That's how it works. You give me stuff to be mad about, and I rant about it for a couple minutes. It's basically how it works. I usually find stuff on, I'll post something on Facebook, on my Facebook page, asking for suggestions. I'm going to start posting it mostly on my Facebook page for the McTaggart Attack podcast that you can find on Facebook, because it's a Facebook page. Where else would you find a Facebook page other than Facebook? I don't know. I will also post suggestions on Twitter sometimes. You can follow me on Twitter at KevMcT. That's KEVMCT. Or the first three letters of my first and last name combined together. It's like a Voltron. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, that's how it works. I get mad about stuff for you. I have about five that I do each week. 5 rants that I do each week. And the last one I'm doing today, is kind of different than what I've done before. I haven't really done one like this. It's a bit different. I'll explain when that one happens. Saving that one for last. Let's see what the first one is today. Let's see, the first one I have today is from longtime contributor to the McTaggart Attack podcast, What's Pissing You Off Wednesday episodes. And ever since I used to just do this as one segment each week on a McTaggart Attack podcast, Leslie Zebrowitz, she is pissed off about people who can't properly load a dishwasher. And she sent me some pictures. It looked fucked up. Like, basically the pot was such that the pokey thing is in the cup, preventing complete washing and taking up 2 rows. Right? Yeah, so that's what she's mad about. Loading a dishwasher. Look, the point of loading a dishwasher is so that you can wash as many dishes as you want at the same time. Because if you're washing the dishes by hand, you're washing each dish one after another. So if you load a dishwasher, a machine dishwasher, and you load it in such a way that not all the dishes get clean. Like if you have a glass inside of another dish, which makes absolutely no sense. It's like, do you even fucking care about getting the dish clean? if you put two dishes inside each other in a dishwasher. That's not how a dishwasher works. It can't magically detect that there's dishes inside other dishes, okay? You have to put them all in there, and there's several spokes, and you try to put them in there as individually you can and cram as much as you can. Yes, you want to cram as much as you want. You put as many as you can in the dishwasher, but don't put them inside other dishes. That doesn't make any fucking sense. And another thing, if you put a pot in there that takes up multiple spokes, that also diminishes the amount of dishes that you're going to be able to wash in your dishwasher. Maybe you should take that one out and, by God, wash that one by hand so you can put other smaller dishes in the dishwasher so they can all get washed so you don't have to fucking wash them yourself. I mean, dear God, show some goddamn common sense when you use a frickin' dishwasher. Don't just throw them in there. You might break the dishes. It's not a dish breaker. It's a dishwasher. Fuck! Thank you for the suggestion once again, Leslie. You're amazing. I love your suggestions. You and Samantha O'Day give me like the best suggestions for what's pissing you off Wednesday, and I truly appreciate everything that you do, and it's phenomenal. Here's another suggestion. This one is also a popular contributor to the What's Pissing You Off Wednesday episode. This is a longtime fan of the podcast, Shelby McDonald, and she writes like the best ones sometimes, and I'm just going to read this one. People who talk to their toddlers on the phone as if it's an age-appropriate activity and have it on speaker in public. For instance, at the grocery store. And she gives me a long-winded conversation. And she gives me an example. I love how she gives an example of the dialogue that's taking place between the mother and the child on the phone. Now, I won't read off the entire dialogue because it kind of defeats the purpose of my conversation. But, it's just, I'm all for, when you talk to children, you're supposed to treat them like adults. I don't really like talking to children in a cutesy way. Oh, you're so cute. I don't like to do shit like that. I'm not a big fan of talking down to kids like that. I like to talk to kids like they're normal adults, because that's how they're going to have to talk when they're normal adults. So it's good to, talk to them like they're a normal adult, so they know that there aren't always people who are going to talk to them like this all of the fucking time. And it's important to do that, I think it's important. It's a nurturing thing. It's a learning thing. It's just a way that you talk to these kids so that they know that, not all adults sound like fucking idiots. You know what I mean? Right. But at the same time, let's not make it too smart for them. Let's not, try to think that they're functioning adults, because a lot of them are babies and toddlers, and yes, you can talk to them on the phone, but if you're having a conversation on a speakerphone with a baby, and you're having to explain yourself over and over again, they don't understand what the fuck you're talking about. I mean, know your goddamn limitations. Know your goddamn limitations. You can't just talk to a baby like they're an adult all of the time, especially if it's over the phone. No, that's not going to fucking work. You have to actually be there if you're going to talk to your baby like an adult. Alright? You have to be there face to face to do that. Alright? But don't have a goddamn conversation with a baby in a public place. And then also, don't have that conversation on speakerphone. Alright? There's too many people having conversations on speakerphones. Okay? Too many people doing that shit. It's annoying. It's fucking obnoxious. Alright? Like, nobody gives a shit what your conversation is on your speakerphone. Honestly. I'm here to tell you that. Most of your speakerphone conversations are completely unnecessary for the rest of the world to hear. If you're going to have a speakerphone conversation, have it in the privacy of your own home or your office or something like that. Don't let other people in the office who aren't even like members of the, don't work for you hear the goddamn speakerphone conversation. It doesn't make any fucking sense, alright? And let alone when you're talking to a baby on a speakerphone. Nobody gives a shit, especially when you're talking to a goddamn baby on a speakerphone, trying to act like a goddamn adult, talking to the baby, when the baby doesn't even know who the fuck they're talking to. Thank you, Shelby, for the suggestion. I really appreciated it. You bring it as always, and I highly commend you for your work that you do, contributing to the McTaggart Attack podcast. It's a highly appreciative. How many have I done so far? I've done 2? 2. All right. The next one is from Nate Holman. He is pissed off about how not enough people support independent media like Dig Boston and Boston Institute of Non-Profit Journalism. First of all, when I saw this post, I had absolutely no idea what the fuck he was talking about. But then I looked it up and looked into it, and from the best that I can determine what he's trying to fucking say, and it makes sense, because, like, I think people do need to pay more attention to non-profit journalism. Because independent media. I am in favor of that. I do think that we need to pay more attention to independent media. And it doesn't make sense that we don't. Because, like, most of the big time media that we have, like the CNNs, the Fox News, the NMS, the MSNBCs, the Breitbart, the what the fuck ever, Bloomberg, whatever the fuck. They all claim to be, like, unbiased, but they're as fucking biased as they fucking come. They're constantly, you watch those shows, and they're all either biased towards the left or towards the right, and it just makes you mad, or either one way or the fucking other. And it's a goddamn atrocity, and it just tries to steer your opinion in a certain fucking way. But, like, with things like the things that he listed, like independent, non-profit media, that's the thing. All, like, news should all be, like, non-profit, because most news agencies do it for money. Most news agencies do it for a profit, and it's fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous that most news agencies, they care more about the money that they make than the opinion of the people, They care more about the money that they're making instead of, trying to bring, like, the true, honest story to the people, They care more about, sharing their side, their views. Like, we need, like, unbiased media that gives, like, fucking opinions, unbiased opinions. Either way, show me both goddamn sides of the news story. I'm sick and tired. I don't watch the fucking news now, because I totally see through shit like NBC, where they try to make you hate the president, and I do hate the president, and that's fine. Or CNN, who tries to make you hate the president, or whatever. But Fox News, who tries to tell you that the president is right. And I'm not saying the president's right all the time, but he's an asshole for the most part. But it's just like, I'm sick and tired of the news fucking with my feelings. And I would think that, like, a non-profit news would be a lot more unbiased than a news agency that tries to sell ads and make money and care more about that than trying to put the true news out there. So yeah, I agree with Nate. We need to support independent media a lot more than we support any of these other stupid fucked up news agencies. Rebecca Lynn has one that she's mad about. And she's mad about people who put the entire email in the subject line, and then the body of the email is just the signature of the person. I know people that do this. I like these people that do this. But I hate people that do this. How fucking stupid is that? Like, I hate people who write their entire email in the subject line. That's not what it's for. The subject line is the subject line. Like, I've had people from work, like, my entire time that I've been in an office setting for the past 20 years or so, send me emails with the subject line, "Hey, can you come here for a minute?" That's not how it should be written. The subject can be "Hey," and then the body of the email can say, "Come here for a minute." But no, it's just, "Hey, can you come here for a minute, please? I need to talk to you," in the goddamn subject line. And that makes no fucking sense. It's the subject line. And some of these people just blatantly abuse it. "Oh yeah, I know it's a subject line, but I wrote the entire message because it was a short message to write in the goddamn subject line." No, you write the message in the body of the message, and you write the subject line in the goddamn subject line. Just write "Hey" or something. Or just, start your message. If it says "hello" or "hey," but it's just goddamn irritating when people fucking do this shit. I'm sick of it. I've dealt with it all my adult life, is people who don't know how to use their email. It's either they don't know how to write the fucking email, or they do it, and they blatantly do it on purpose. Because they don't care. But there are rules and there are guidelines to email, and these stupid fucking idiots don't goddamn follow it, and it's goddamn irritating. Thank you, Rebecca, for the suggestion. I really appreciate it. We have one more. Let me make sure that I've done them all tonight. Yep, that's right. We have one more. This one, like I said, it's a bit different from usual. It's one that she's already contributed one of her own tonight. But she sent me an article that she's not pissed off about the article. She was amused by the article. The people that are pissed off, she sent me an article about people that are pissed off about something, which you can do. You can send me an article about people that are pissed off about a topic, and I will rant about that topic for you. All right? This article that she sent me was that, what the fuck is her name? Seriously. Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift fans are pissed off that the Tool album came in first ahead of Taylor Swift's new album. I guess Taylor Swift's new album came out. I think at the same time as, or around the same time as Tool's new album. Tool's new album, which I've already talked about in a previous podcast episode of the McTaggart Attack podcast. Go ahead and find it wherever the fuck you listen to podcasts. But apparently, some Taylor Swift fans, are mad that Tool, their new album came in number 1. Most of these Taylor Swift fans weren't born when the last Tool album came out. And now, Taylor Swift fans are really upset that their album of their favorite artist didn't come in number 1. These little tweeny bopper teenage pieces of shit are so enraged that another band that they've never heard of came out with a new album. And this is unlike any other What's Pissing You Off Wednesday topic, because I'm completely fucking amused by this. First of all, if you're so upset that your favorite band didn't come in number 1, you're too young to understand that means absolutely nothing. You should like your favorite band or artist because you like them. You should not give a shit how your favorite band or artist does in the album rankings. You should only care about what you like. And don't have that be swayed by other people's opinions. What's going to happen? Now that Taylor Swift isn't the number 1 album in the world, you have to be a Tool fan now? That's fine, because Tool is an excellent band. But that's a totally fucking stupid reason to pick a band. Just because they're number 1 in the rankings, you're going to be fans of them now or not? Or you're mad that another band beat your fucking band in the fucking ratings? It's music, it's not sports. It's not college football. Get your head removed from your ass and stop acting like a little kid, even though you're a little kid. So I guess that's okay for you to act like that since you're a little immature piece of shit. And it's just irritating. But yeah, it's just, oh my god. I read that and it was just so fucking hilarious. I'm like, oh my god, these little kids are so upset for the stupidest fucking reason. And it just amused me more than it pissed me off. And I'm not going to rant about it. I'm just going to laugh. Ha 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 ha! Oh, life is full of pain, tweeny boppers. Life is full of pain, Taylor Swift fans. Swifties. Swift brushes. Whatever the fuck you call yourselves. Well, that was today's What's Pissing You Off Wednesday. This week's What's Pissing You Off Wednesday for September 11th, 2019. Hope you enjoyed the episode this week. You can email me, McTaggartAttack@gmail.com. And I gave you all the other information before. You can listen to it again by listening to the podcast again. Happy What's Pissing You Off Wednesday, everybody.